Good evening, this is ACF USA News.
At the National Conference 2011 in Los Angeles, California.
Tonight we'll be discussing heated issues, controversial ideas, and Africans coming together under one banner discussing pressing issues.
Definitely. We started off the day rocking with the praise and worship. I hope you were there and didn't miss it because the house was definitely on fire. But if you did, you do have another opportunity. There will be a praise jam tonight at 8:30 p.m. Make sure you're there. What else happened, Sam?
The young adults learn to rock out in the world with the light within. Basically, the sessions involve letting God use you for His will and letting your talent shine to bring others to Christ.
When I see somebody I haven't seen in a long time, I give them a hug. I blow them a holy kiss. You know, if you are more prudent, give them a very firm handshake.
That I have this gifting to be able to do praise and worship music and help people get in and engage them in that sense. So I still do that for now until hopefully by the grace of God, one begins to trump the other.
Definitely. And another thing that was happening actually concurrently with that was the keynote speaker, Mr. Nganga. It was amazing. He talked about unity in the church. And I hope you all were there, but if you're not, tune in as we go to some of our reporters who covered those stories.
A members club, because you cannot join it until you join heaven. So it's a members club. And you are not allowed to be a member of the club until you're accepted in heaven. That's why there is a real confusion in many churches where people who are not born again, but because they were born in a Christian family, got baptized in a Christian family, whatever, they now assume they are members of the church.
Well, we also had some sessions going on at 10:45. I hope you all were there. You weren't missing in action.
This is Sam Chukuma. I'm outside of the Midway conference room. Just left the ACF outreach session, and it's a very powerful session. I have two brothers, an auntie and uncle here that I would like to interview. They had some really great points, and I'm going to go find them now.
Oh, you're trying to be all creative, I see you. Oh, why am I holding the mic? That's you.
This is Sam again, and I'm with, say your name and chapter.
Hello, I'm Tosin Olatidoye, and I'm from the Atlanta chapter.
Okay.
My name is Alex Lakoju from ACF Bronx, New York.
We had things such as finance in a Christian home. We had Christian parenting in the 21st century. I bet that's pretty hard, isn't it, Sam? Yeah, definitely. And something really interesting, the YA business meeting, which is really talking about the transition between now, a national board with the next years and how that's going and who's interested. It just came out of the YA business meeting, and they're really talking about passing on that legacy from the one young adult e-board to the next young adult e-board. They're broken up right now in regions, just speaking of how they're going to go on with their leadership. I have someone here. I want him to introduce himself and what chapter he's from.
My name is James Godfrey. I'm from New Jersey chapter.
Okay, and I see your name on there. You're running to be president?
Yes.
Okay, to me, what is your passion? Why is it that you want to be the president of the YA National Board?
I believe it's time for change.
Did you enjoy the session in there so far?
Wonderful. Yeah, I did enjoy it. It was wonderful, yeah.
Okay, and inside I heard you guys talking about communication and how important that is. So how important do you feel like that is in your marriage?
Communication is it's a vital issue in a family. It's like when you communicate relating to finances, if you don't communicate, your partner thinks you are not trustful or that you are not trustworthy or maybe you are not faithful, but with communication, issues can be solved.
So how often do you communicate with your husband, like every day?
Oh, it's part of it. It's every day. You know, it's every day, yeah.
Okay, and also in your marriage, how do you control who does what? And I know in there he was talking about, you know, if you're better with finances, better with figures, then you will do like the most in there. So how do you manage who does what?
Yeah, it's like just what you just finished saying. It's like we let whosoever can do it best do it. Yeah, it's either you, your wife, or your husband, whosoever does the bed. Because what we want here is the love of the family. And what the Bible says, you know, it's like we love each other. There's no demarcation. It's not as if because you are my wife, you can do it. Because you are the husband, you can do it. You know, we just submit to each other and we love each other and we do it that way.
I'm asking God. I do that with my husband here. Well, nobody is perfect. He does a lot of things to me. I said, Lord,
What else happened in this world, Sam?
Some other sessions that were available was community outreach, as well as what to do when your children leave the home. So a little bit of that nest syndrome.
Hi, this is Caroline Schronke. I'm from Sacramento chapter, and I was just in the What Do I Do When My Children Are Gone class, and I'm here with Uncle Remy Sachon, and I would just like to ask him a few questions. My first question is, do you think that the pros outweigh the cons concerning the empty nest syndrome?
Well, I cannot say that.
And also, how to live a balanced Christian life.
Thanks, guys. I just got out of the Balanced Christian Life seminar, and it was absolutely amazing. I'm here with Auntie. Go ahead and say your name and chapter for everyone.
My name is Dr. Sabrina Black, and I'm out of the Midwest from the Detroit chapter.
Well, great. And we're just going to get into basically what went on in that session. So, how would you define the balanced Christian life?
Well, I would definitely say the balanced Christian life is living the life that the Lord has destined for you, making sure that you're looking at every area of your life and making sure that in each area, as it continues to grow and expand, that God is in the midst of it, that you're experiencing the peace of the Lord, the joy of the Lord, and that you're making a dynamic impact not only in your family, but in your home and in your community.
And if you weren't at the health fair today, that was going on during lunch as well as in the morning.
Prosper Odolato again with ACF Media. Just came out of the healthcare room, and how you doing?
All right.
My name is Prosper from Baltimore chapter with ACF Media. What's your name?
My name is Ebube Nze. I'm with the Augusta chapter, East Coast.
How are you doing? So I saw you there in the health fair. What brought you to the health fair?
I myself, I suffer from what a lot of Americans suffer from, obesity right now, and I'm trying to lose weight, and I'm trying to figure out if I'm in a healthy range as far as my body is considered.
Well, we have it again tomorrow from 6:30 a.m. to
7:30 p.m. So it's going to be in the LaGuardia room. Uncle, I know you haven't weighed yourself in a while, so you might want to come out and get weighed. Also, you can check your BMI and also your blood sugar levels.
Definitely, it's something you want to do. Well, again, we emphasize, if you missed the morning sessions, well, there were sessions that were going on at 2:30. We have Mommy and Me, Passing On the Legacy.
We also have Grandparents Club, Parents of Teens, and YA Quick Connect. Do you have a message? Do you have a business? Would you like to be a sponsor?
That's the question. Well, if you do, you can come to the second floor Dulles room where the media team during this conference is available to you. Well, what are some perks that they may have?
Well, for one thing, you get gifts. We have some samples.
Yeah.
These t-shirts feature the name of your business or message on the back. Nice colors, you know.
Definitely.
We also have a black variety. I like this one.
You can have your newsfeed actually stream online 24 hours, 7 days a week for a certain duration of time. Just come up and speak to us and we can have all that arranged. As well as something that I think is really important is the conference DVD. What went on, our praise and worship, our keynote speakers. You want to highlight those moments, those memories that last a lifetime. And what better way than to have a DVD to share with your friends and family. So I have some additional announcements for you all. I don't know about you, but I couldn't get on the list to go to the tour that we're having tomorrow. And for those who now couldn't get on the list but you couldn't afford it, well, a bus will be picking us up from here, the hotel here, to Santa Monica, the pier, and picking us up from Santa Monica back to the hotel. So for those who just want to go to the beach, you want to go shopping, well, stay tuned in. You can look for Chica Onyema or other board members to find out more information. Thank you.
Children under the age of 18 are no longer allowed into the weight room.
Well, today was a really, really packed day.
It was pretty packed.
Sam, do you have anything to close this off with?
I would definitely like to say, make sure you enjoy the rest of your time here out in LA. We're all here to fellowship with each other as well as learn something from Christ's word. What about you?
Definitely. I would just say action. We don't come to ACF conferences just to sit through sessions and listen, but we have to be Christ-like. What was Christ? He was an action man. Everything he did was constantly touching the lives of others. So let's take what we get today, all these tools, and utilize it in our communities, our neighborhoods, and in our families. Thank you all. Have a good night.
Good evening and goodbye.